This summer, Prime Video takes you back before Legally Blonde, before law school, and into the world of Elle Woods in high school. Set in 1995, this Gemini vegetarian knows exactly who she is until her family moves from Bel Air to Seattle. Packed with iconic fashion, 90s nostalgia, and a throwback soundtrack, Elle proves one thing. Law school was hard. High school was harder. From the world of Legally Blonde, watch Elle, a new original series only on Prime Video. Watch now.
This summer, serve up the Cookout Classics, Oscar Mayer hot dogs and Heinz mustard. Grill up a dog, add classic yellow mustard, or loaded Chicago style. We all know it's not a cookout without Oscar Mayer and Heinz.
Hello and welcome. It's a daily deprogrammed, and that means we're not doing deprogrammed as scheduled. It is still deprogrammed. I don't know how to introduce these things. It's a daily episode. If you're listening to a regular episode of deprogrammed, what we do is try to get you into a band. If you're listening to a daily, we could be talking about anything music related, and that's what we're doing today. Ryan, a couple, like last week, I think maybe 2 weeks at most, you shot me a message going, "Hey man, like I see everybody doing these top 5 concerts," and you were like, "I would like to do that." So that's what you're here to do today. Top 5 concerts. Set the parameters however you like, and I'll get out of your way.
Cool. So thought this would be a really fun one to do. I listened to a couple episodes so far, so thanks for letting me jump on and throw a list out there as well. As we talked about a little bit before, I worked in backstage production or concert production, or however you want to look at it, from I think it was May of '99 full time through September of 2019. So
Wow.
I definitely got to see a lot of shows in that time. Working at a theater, working production for NASCAR stuff, and I ran a festival for the better part of 13 years down here in Charlotte. So, list is long. My spare time was always going to shows, going to festivals. So, and I always went with the mindset of I'm getting there early, not so much to tailgate, but because I want to see as many bands on the list as I could. And strangely, and this is like OCD of me, I kept a list of every band I've ever seen live. My first show was a 104 Fest in '96, where I didn't even get to stay for the headliners, but the headliners were Everclear and Candlebox.
Oh wow.
And I saw like Local H as the second band that day. Yeah. Up through the bands that I saw a couple weeks ago. The last show I went to, I think it was like Godsmack and STP here in Charlotte, which wasn't bad. It was really cold and it didn't sell very well, but it was still a pretty good show for like the hits and everything. But looking at my list now, up to 977 different acts.
If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration. Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from okay to very high. Know your sleep score with Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
Visible puts the ultimate wireless hack in the palm of your hand. With unlimited 5G wireless data and hotspot designed to keep you connected, powered by Verizon's 5G network. And no contract holding you back. Plans start at $25 a month, or get the premium Visible Plus Pro plan and save $10 on your first month when you use promo code HACK. Make the switch at Visible.com. Terms apply. See Visible.com for details.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I'm closing in on 1,000, and it's hard to find shows to go to that you haven't seen somebody. So the last 30 has been, I think that's been like 2 years trying to get to 1,000, but I digress. So, as I was saying before too, like usually when I do like a deprogram list, I just write out numbers 1 through 20, and I go through a list real quick. Hey, here's 20 songs I like just by the first 10 seconds because I already know the discography. This one took a little bit of time, and I came up with 28 different shows that I've been to that would potentially be on the list. And obviously, only choosing 5 was tough. And some of them are just like what makes, like I think kind of Brian was talking about this. What makes a good show? Is it the full experience? Is it just going to see your favorite band or a band in a specific venue type thing? What's the rules for it? So, and it's kind of up in the air. But like some of the ones that didn't make my even the top 10 were like I saw Tool probably about 10 years ago. So in between or before Fear Inoculum came out, that was cool. I was at the in '96. Alanis Morissette. The cooler part was that Radiohead opened that show,
Whoa.
and the album cover for OK Computer was taken from a hotel shot across the street from that venue.
Oh,
So if you go in and look and like what is this album cover? It's the I-84 interchange with 91 in Hartford, and
wow.
there's like left and right pictures. That's what it is then. This is what it is now, type thing, and you could see like that. Then you're like, oh, that's what makes this design. So um I got to work the Black Crows, Oasis, and Space Hog show,
Holy
the
shit.
tour of Brotherly Love in '03, and was standing on stage with Oasis like during sound check. Yeah, like crazy things. Like a totally different style of music for me, but a show I worked was Florida Georgia Line. They showed up in a van with a trailer, and people were like, "Hey, can I take your picture? Is that you on the side of that trailer?" And the guys are like, "Yeah." And like 2 months later, they blew up.
Oh man.
Yeah, I saw Bob Dylan and the Wallflowers together
Oh,
at UNCC down here in Charlotte. Music Midtown in Atlanta is a really cool festival. It had like everybody. Uh, I saw the Abbott Brothers open for Foo Fighters, and the next day was Ludacris, um, Florence and the Machine, Girl Talk, and Pearl Jam. Like
wow.
way different like setup, but still, it was a cool show to see. And I saw like the Stones on their last big tour, which was fun. Um, so then like the shows you say, okay, here's your top 5. Well, what goes into that? The ones that I've seen that didn't make that list that are still top 10ish. Clapton in 13. Roger Waters doing The Wall.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, One of Brian's lists that we went to, Mansfield 3 for Pearl Jam.
Oh yeah.
That was my first Pearl Jam show. I've seen Springsteen in the Garden. I've seen Gilmore in the Garden.
Wow.
Um, there was a big festival called Rockfest that used to be out in Kansas, and it was just like your early 2000s to like 2010s rock show. I got to go work that one year, and it was the main stage that I worked. Puddle of Mud, Chevelle, Seven Dust, 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, Buckcherry, and Godsmack. Like at that time, that was the radio hits. You
Yeah, I was
know.
gonna say that's like for us that's FM 99, like all their
Mhm.
staples.
Yeah, exactly. And at that time, like, and like I have a picture. I was up there working with some friends, and I didn't really have a job because they were like, "You're gonna be hooking up mics on stage." Well, everybody was touring with their own stuff, so I didn't have to do anything all day.
Mm.
So I just took pictures all day.
Huh.
And I've got a picture of Zach Myers when he was a guitar tech for Chevelle, walking like towards me. He got in the way, and then he goes on to be, guitar player in Shinedown. It was right after Chevelle had all their gear robbed.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, and I was sent him a picture on X one day. I'm like, "Is that you?" And he's like, "Yep, that's me." I'm like, "That's kind of cool," because now he's one of like I love Shinedown. They're one of my favorites, and I've got one of his signature guitars upstairs. So it's kind of cool to have that like before type thing.
Yeah, man.
um, one I have on this list. Considered a concert to me, yes. Um, we had the Chili Peppers at an all-star race here in Charlotte. They played like 3 songs to TV. And the night before, I was loading in a stage for a train to perform in the afternoon. And I just had to say, okay, stage goes here. The guys start building it. They do their own thing. And I'm like, I've got the rest of the night off. It's like 2 a.m. at this point.
Mm.
And I hear music coming. So I run over to the other stage, and it was John, Chad, and Flea jamming for like 20 minutes straight.
Whoa.
There was like 10 of us, 15 of us at max watching this. I'm like, if I don't watch this, I'm going to hate myself later.
For sure.
Like, that's like, it was Stadium Arcadium was huge at that point. It just come out, and it was just like, this is pretty cool. I've gone back and seen the Chili Peppers since, and I wouldn't go see him again because it was just, I was front row and it was horrible. Like I couldn't hear Anthony the whole show. And, but to say like, yeah, I was one of like 20 people to watch them just sit and play and just do their own thing. Eyes closed, nobody talking, and just go at it.
That's neat.
Like that was really cool. So then getting into what I have listed here as my top 5, which change with the wind, it can change from day to day, in no particular order. I'll start off with this one. As we were talking before about some Metallica, last year I went to their stadium tour. I bought my ticket at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Doors were at 6. I went in at like 7:30, and I was on the rail.
Wow.
And I watched Suicidal Tendencies, Pantera, the new version of Pantera, which I don't care what you say, it was still great to see, and Metallica. And they came out with Creeping Death, Ride the Lightning, and For Whom the Bell Tolls were the first 3 songs.
Right.
And they were like, right as soon as they that was like, they had the 4 drum kits that come up. We were right in front of Lars. They came and sang all 3 of those right in front of me.
Wow.
I'm like, this is perfect. And like 4 songs later, they're on the other side of the stage. I'm like, I'm going to fall back, go get a drink, and just enjoy it from here, because I don't need to be crushed for the rest of the show watching the screens. I'll just find a good spot.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, it was, and I've got some really cool pictures from it. And it was just like, I've seen them a bunch of times before, but never that close. I think the closest I'd been was like 10th row in 98, which was still cool. But like, to sit there and say, yeah, I was on the rail for this show. Like and I bought the ticket that afternoon, and it was just a great set and everything. So I'll put that on there. I saw the tour twice, but the first time I went to the U2 360 tour,
oh man,
I got to see it down in Atlanta in the old stadium, because they never did a Charlotte show. But they had Muse open for them right before their big like radio hit came out. God, I can't think of the album name now.
Is it Absolution or the one after Black Holes?
It was after that had like that's gonna drive me nuts now what the name of that album is. But it had like the honeycomb logo on it. It was gray. But it was like nobody in our area, like in that section, knew like, oh, who's this band? Like, who is Muse? I'm like, you guys are in for a treat tonight. Like, these guys aren't some little throwaway band that are out here. Like, you're gonna have a really good show. And they're like, okay, whatever. And they came out and they only had like a 40-minute set, but still, it's still like that good a set. Like, they played like a great show. People afterwards were like, yeah, that was actually really good. So let's see, I'm pulling it up right now. The Resistance, that's what it was in 2009. So right before that came out, they had just started hitting the radio with that first single, and they came out and just killed it. And I was like, that could be the show right now. We can go home. I'd be happy. But then you still have U2 come out, play for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I would never guess to put those 2 bands together. But like to have that experience of Muse just before they blew up, plus U2, like, I don't care what anybody says, man. I'd still go see U2. Like, that's like a spectacle.
I've seen them 3 times. I saw them in Charlotte with Institute, Gavin Rossdale's band.
Oh yeah,
and that was a great show. I loved that album. That was such a good album. And then second time was with Muse And then the last time I saw him was on the 360 tour. I happened to be in Chicago and they were making up a date from I think it rained out or a storm or something happened, and they had Interpol opening for him.
Oh man.
And I bought that ticket that afternoon, and I walked in, and that was a great show too. Like unexpected, but they always have like a big name that's going to open for them, so you're never going to go wrong with that. So yeah, so Muse, Metallica. Next one I'd go with, and this is like out of left field, but I could say I saw it, was Prince.
Oh man.
He did like 6 shows around just the Carolinas, which like nobody plays 6 shows in Carolinas at once. He played it in like 2 weeks. And I went by myself and I had the best time. Like he came out and played, I think he opened with When Doves Cry, but he only played like snippets of songs. He only full songs he played all the way was probably Purple Rain.
Oh.
But he played like 40 songs because he plays stuff that he wrote, and his stuff that he actually performed. So he played Nothing Compares to You, like in the middle of the show.
Nice.
Just because you don't understand like how much he actually wrote for other people.
Yeah.
But when he did that, you're like, oh man, I didn't know that was him. I didn't know this was him either. So, but it was like, I get to see Prince. Like, who cares? Like that's a staple. That's a bucket list in itself.
I've long said that Prince should be considered a historical figure in our country. Like that man was just unbelievable.
I've had friends that went and toured Paisley Park, and they say it's just crazy. And there's rooms they won't even let you take your cameras into.
Wow.
To see stuff, and like he's got a vault of unreleased music, which I guess they're saying there's a new album coming out soon of unreleased tracks. But one of the songs he tried to like make better, that he did, I think like thousands of takes, and they have tape of it, is him trying to make The Piano Man better. And he's like, I can't do it. It's a perfect song. So, but when you get somebody that's like that musically gifted to come in and say that, like that's a pat in the back, you know?
Sure.
So the last 2 I got on here are one's really big and one's like, how did that happen? The how did that happen? Beastie Boys at a club in Charlotte with 1,200 people in 2008.
Wow.
And the opening acts were Santa Gold and Sheryl Crow doing acoustic.
What?
And it was insane. Like my buddy got tickets, and I was like, "Do you know anybody that I can buy tickets from?" And he was a booking agent in town, and he's like, "I've got 4. I'll give you 2." And I was like, "How much?" He's like, "No, you just go with us and have a good time." I'm like, "I'm in. I'm done." Like, another one, I got like one person away from the rail to watch them perform, and like the cell phone cameras that we had then weren't that good. It was like '08. It was a Vote for Change tour, but it was the smallest club or smallest venue they played on that tour. Like everything else was like small arenas and stuff. And then this 1,200 person club in Charlotte that sold out in like 2 minutes. You know, it was ridiculous. You had to know people type thing, but it was still like I got to see freaking Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
that's a list in itself right there
for sure.
And then the last one I have on here, it's just one of those, like I fell into a ticket day of. I went to the first show at the new Yankee Stadium, which was it was called Home to Home with Eminem and Jay-Z.
Whoa.
And the people that came out and performed with them, just like it was a who's who of everybody that's on their songs. I mean, we saw Nicki Minaj when she was a nobody, D12, Chris Martin, Beyonce, Dr. Dre. Like it was just a nonstop, guest singer coming out doing this. And I went into it thinking like, okay, we're in New York. Jay-Z's going to own this show. Like it's going to be great. And Eminem came out, and I've become a lifelong fan after that. Like his show was so much better, and you didn't realize like how many hits he had at the time. And when he came out, like just the way he performed, it was legit, like just awesome. And we stayed through the end, and we're like packed subways on the way out of there. We ended up, my friend of mine that I had the tickets, We ended up just outside of Columbus Circle by our hotel, eating McDonald's, sitting on like it was like a walk up window, like the window next to it, eating like cheeseburgers at 2 a.m. because that's all we could find. But it was just like an all around like awesome show. We flew into New York that day, checked into our hotel, and then took the subway out there and got just in time to see the beginning of Eminem. Like I said, it was insane.
Again, that's like just one of those things where it's like you get a chance for that, you take it. Like
exactly.
How do you not take a chance to go see Eminem and Jay-Z at Yankee Stadium? Like I'm a Mets fan. I'm going to that show. Like if that opportunity comes up for me, yeah, I'm there.
At Ollie, we've got wellness down to a science. From PMS to pregnancy to menopause, our women's wellness line offers science-backed support for every stage. No judgment, no shame, none of the stigma. Just supplements designed to meet you wherever you're at. Ollie, choose science over shame. Find support at a retailer near you or on ollie.com. That's OLLY.com.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
Yeah. And there's not many shows that I'll say, no, I'm going to skip that one because I don't really want to see. I don't care. I'll go to any show. Doesn't really bother me. But that was just like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but this is a show you got to go see.
Man, so. Yeah, there's some wild ones up in there. If you're listening to this and you're going, hey, I'd like to do that too. That's exactly what Ryan did. Was he heard somebody else's and was like, hey, I'd like to do that. It's really that simple. Love to have you come share your concert stories. You just come up with your top 5, give me a message, and we will figure out a time. Ryan, thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Hey, man, thanks again for having me. Looking forward to some more stuff with you guys here soon.
Absolutely. All right, everybody, we will see you all tomorrow.